everybody. Oh my gosh. Welcome to RV Travel Talk. I am your host, Charlie Grace with Charlie Grace Adventures. I have my co-host tonight, Miss Rosie Bell Dog. She's hanging out back here. She's going to be, doing what she does. She's a fantastic co-host. Hopefully she'll be have some really great questions later on. But right now, let's talk about what we're going to talk about. I am so excited. We've got a really great guest tonight. If you like RVs, if you like food, if you like work camping, we're going to talk about those three things. We have lots of good questions to ask our we'll call it panel of experts. I love this. It's so much fun we do that. But let's say hi to some people right now in the chat, and let's get this show rolling. I love this. It's your first time being here. Do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button and bell to get notified. We talk about all things RV and all things travel. And if you love traveling with a pet, I'm your gal. We'll talk. Okay, let's see who we have today. I'm going to start way up at the top. Who's our first right now? Broken Nomad. Good to see you, buddy. Glad you're here. Bree, of course. How's it going there? Good to see you as well. Johnny Lightning. Hey, everybody. I made it. It's been a busy day, but I couldn't miss my friends, the Bentons and Charlie Grace. Aw, thanks so much for being here, buddy. I appreciate that. Always fun. Let me keep going here. Boondock with Boomer. Hey, hope you're having fun. Speaking of people boondocking and out there in the RV, living the life. Very cool. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Yes. Food. We're going to talk food. Food's important, especially if you're camping and RVing out there. Really, really neat. So without further ado, I want to bring on my guests. But before I say anything, if you have a question or a comment that you want to make sure, come over to our interactive chat. We are currently on Facebook. We are on Twitch. We are on YouTube. We're on all sorts of platforms tonight. So please take the time. Give yourself a little moment, write question or put a couple of question marks in the bottom, and we will answer those as quickly as we can. So without further ado, let's bring out our guests. I'm just dancing in the back. Hello.
Hi there. How you doing?
Okay, guys, these are I gotta tell you, you get a two for tonight. You really do. You get a two for. You get the how-to awesome guy and the really cool food lady. I'm joking, but it's really cool. So let's talk about this for a second because we got to talk about. You guys have two channels, but we're gonna sort of start with the how-tos by Clem. But we got to start with let's talking about your RV. Okay, yeah. Tell me all about your RV.
So we have a Grand Design. And it's a Solitude 377 NB, and it's 2020. So it's about 41 feet long.
Awesome. Okay, is this your first RV?
First own, yes.
The first one that we've owned. Now, we've been in one prior to this just to see if we could really, so that we could really see if we're going to enjoy full-time living in an RV. So we rented one.
For about a year and a half.
Right? About a year and a half. Yeah. And it was 24 feet? No, 30.
About 24, roughly.
Yeah. But it was as cute as could be. And even though we came from a 1,600 square foot house to, what was it, 200 square feet?
250 square feet.
Yeah, big difference. However, we loved it.
Now that we're on this Grand Design Solitude, it's like we're in a castle.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
That's a big statement. You went from a house and you did the smart thing. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm really excited when I hear people say, I rented for a while. I tried it out to see if we're going to like it. And then you took your time, to get an RV that you think would work. So very smart. Awesome.
Yeah. We actually asked some of our friends that have RVs, could we come with them for the weekend just to try out? And one night, 2 nights just wasn't enough. So we figured, let's rent it out.
Yeah. And of course, then we got to see, what we liked, what we didn't like, what was really important to us. So that when it came time for us to really pick out the one for us for full-time living, it was game on. We just kind of, blinded out on all of the bells and the whistles and the shiny things and really went for the things that were important to us.
Which is very important. So what made you transition from sticks and bricks to going full-time in an RV? What was your impetus? What was your big moment?
Oh, that's a good question because we really wanted to simplify our life. And we like to do a lot of volunteer work, especially when it comes to disaster relief and things like that. And so because of that, we said, let's just try the RV life. So we did research for about 4 to 5 years to make sure that who's making the models and what the warranty, how people are satisfied. And that's where at that time, Grand Design was kind of the top. We know that all RVs have issues. We know that. But when it came down, Grand Design is what grabbed our hearts.
That in Montana, we were impressed with both of those. But we just really liked the way the insulation was. It was more sturdy, felt more homey.
Yeah.
So that's why we stuck with Grand Design.
Very nice. And looking back on it, would you do it again? Do you like it that much? Are you sticking
I
with
don't
it?
know. I don't know why we didn't do it sooner, right?
We love it.
Yeah.
We love it. Oh my goodness.
Of course, we had kids then, so they were grown and gone now, so it's okay.
Yeah, little things like that. Okay.
No.
So now that you've been in it for a little while, let's talk about this though. What is one thing you think you might want to change now that you've had it for a while?
Definitely the colors inside, because it kind of goes back to now they're producing more and more RVs with light modern colors, and it's bright. However, ours is got the dark browns and the beiges, as you can see, and we would love to put it in white with gray.
A light gray.
So it's really interesting because I know we're getting ready for the big RV shows. Tampa's coming up in January, things like that. And you're seeing a resurgence back to the darker colors. So ironically, that whole pin, went from like really light white farmhouse that's going back to the really dark, like dark browns and dark blacks. Like really dark.
I noticed that, like an espresso almost.
Yeah, it's really interesting how that's working. I'm a fan of the light myself, so I understand it. Small spaces, it makes a big difference when you've got those light colors. Absolutely. I've got a quick question. I want to answer this real quick because Johnny Lightning said, "Hey, who's going to Van Fest besides me, Lance, and Charlie?" So there are a lot of USA Van Fest is coming, or Van Fest USA, and Peace, Love, and Vans is happening in Florida in January and February. So there's a lot of us who are going to be going down there. Now, you don't have to have a van to go. Let me just say this. You can have a travel trailer. You can have a bus. You could have an RV. You could have anything you want. It's just a really interesting, great community, and they talk about all sorts of ways to upgrade your rig or make money on the road and things like that. So I'm really excited about doing that. But we'll find out. I'm sure we're going to add more Johnny Lightning. We'll find out. I'm getting lots of emails, people asking questions. That'll be cool. And he also says, colors in newer RVs are an issue for me. I like the natural wood, which is really hard to find now. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. And I like good old fashioned real wood. That's another thing. Just trying to find solid cabinetry. It's a big issue.
All about the wood.
All about the wood. Okay. So, let's talk about this, Clem. You are like the how-to guy. All right. I've seen your videos. I love how-to videos. How did you get into the whole how-to repair or do on RVs?
Well, I tell you, as a young kid at 15 years old, I became an aircraft mechanic, A&P. So I knew what I wanted to do. And so aviation has been in my head. And this is similar to airplanes, but without the wings. And so I've always had the building aspect, be creative, think out of the box. And the one thing that once we were moving, I told my wife, Kimberly, that I have no problems living in an RV because I can fix it. If I can fix an airplane, I can fix the RV. As long as I have a manual that I need to do research and all that, I'll modify, do whatever it takes. So it was just, I loved it. And so my other job that I used to do before this was LEDs, decorative concrete, epoxy. So we have plans. So I already did LEDs in one room, our second room, with a sound barrier that's for my recording studio. But this table that we're sitting on, I'm going to do an epoxy marbleized look to kind of blend in with the gray and white that we're looking at. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, Kim, are you okay with this? I'm just watching her go. More projects.
Yes, right? No, I have to say he does very well at it, so I'm not too nervous. And the nice thing is he usually talks everything over with me because I'm more of a visual person, so he'll like draw it out for me and it's like, okay, now I got you. It sounds good. Yeah.
I would be terrified. Clem, I've watched your stuff. You do great work. I'm not saying that. It's just, I love a person who's handy. I really do. If you can do things and make stuff, and you're right. I mean, that is a skill set that you have, and it's amazing. If you have a manual, I can fix it. That's pretty awesome. So there's a lot of people out there that can't do that. And with the cost of RV tech repair these days, or any kind, it's like $165, $175 an hour to have you take your RV in to do things. Just think of the savings that you're having right there.
Well, you know what the scary part is that sometimes they take 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks before they can get to you, and you're stuck in a hotel. And I'm like, I ain't going with that.
Yeah. Don't get me started.
Okay. Yeah.
I have an appointment. I'm going to brag right now. I have an appointment right now. Right now I'm in Huntsville, Alabama, and there's a fantastic place in town that I really love and value, and they do great work. However, I was to get something fixed in March of this year, and it will be January 2nd of 2024 before they can fix it.
Oh, wow.
Think
Oh,
about
boy.
that.
Yeah.
Think how long that's been. Now it could have been taken. Now this could not have been taken to a mobile repair situation. There were some other warranty things involved, but you just sit there and you go, I completely understand how frustrated people can be
Oh,
when
yeah.
it comes to repairs, and you really want to know a lot about your rig. And when you make that kind of, it's an investment. It's a purchase. It's a really big purchase. So you don't want to just not take care of it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
very cool. Okay, so here's a couple ones. I want to know, what has been your favorite how-to video to make?
The favorite one, I have to say, I kind of let the cat out of the bag, is our second bedroom. It's my recording studio / office. I went ahead and put these soundproof paneling that's very thin, but it works great. And they're beautiful, has a design. And of course, I had to add LEDs to it. And so I'm impressed in how it came out. And one, how the difference in sound dampening that it happened to that room. So that's has to be one of my favorites right there.
And
That's
just to
that's a,
add to that, that room is a slide out. So, of course, can you imagine having soundproofing in a room that slides out? But he was able to get it
Yeah.
and worked it out. It's really nice.
Yeah, that's a good point, because most soundproof paneling are about 2 inches thick. This one is a 1/4 inch, and
wow.
which is nice. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk insulation, and this is my new guy. We're talking. I love this.
And the other thing that I have to say, and already paid off, I took in the baggage compartment, I took the panels out and I installed acrylic. I pushed it back. It gave me about 9 square feet more of storage.
Wow.
Plus, I changed the fitting, and I also put these little sensors for like if there's water leaks.
Mhm.
We left, and then for about a week, we came back, and I always turn the water off when we leave. When I came back, turned it on. About 2 hours later, we hear the buzzard. Oh my goodness, that got my heart going. I'm like, I know what that is. Sure enough, because of the acrylic, I was able to see exactly where the leak was at. It was it was the water pump
Mhm.
that just needed a little bit of the screws tightened, and that
Okay.
was it. But I was so happy that I did that. It saved me time and money.
That's amazing. That is so cool. I'm so excited. Okay, you guys got to check this out. I'm serious. YouTube right here. Best How-Tos by Clem. You're going to love it for all my how-to friends. I'm serious. You're going to find out a bunch of stuff. You're going to learn some techniques and some cool things. I love watching skilled people do some stuff. So better you than me. All I can say is I would tell you all the don'ts. I can tell you all the don'ts, because I'm a zip tie, duct tape, got to have them. If you have an RV, there are moments. I have a 6.5 inch ground clearance on my RV. 6.5 inch ground clearance. Think about this for a second. So anytime I go in and out of a gas station, and you just like hope and pray that you're not going to bottom out, I've cut those bolts off a couple times.
Oh,
Or
wow.
you like sit there and go, oh no, what can I do? And you start going for the zip ties. You're like, okay, I've learned a few things.
Wow.
Scary.
I didn't
Anyways,
think about that.
I know that the things you don't think about, right? It's scary.
Yeah.
Ruth is here. Hey, Ruth, so much. Oh, happy you guys are here as well. So happy Tuesday. They are doing their 25 days of Vlogmas, and they've been rocking it every single night. I don't know how they're doing 25 live streams. It's been insane, but they go 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every day until Christmas. So if you want to learn some more really cool things, check out RV Life with Adrienne Ruth, and she's got a really cool beauty channel too. All right, let's go back to our questions. Oh my goodness, so many things to talk about. Want to know, I know you guys say you're full-time, but you are currently stationary, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
And you are actually a camp host. Am I correct about that?
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Wow.
loving
Okay.
it.
How did you think about or decide to become a camp host?
Well, long story short, in the camper that we were renting, the RV, it got to be too much to dump all of our tanks into the septic system where we were staying.
Which was a private home.
Yeah, we were staying on somebody's property with their home right next door to us. So we had to find someplace else to empty the tanks. And don't you know, this was the closest place to come and empty them. So we would come on a weekly basis. Well, they got to seeing us so much that we built a rapport with them. And we said, you know, are you always here? We're pretty much seeing you or the other guy. And they go, no, we lived here. We just we're campos. We're going, what? What's that? And so they said, yeah, we volunteer here. And it's like, so like, what does that mean? And the more information that we got about it, we're like, what? Where's the applications?
Yeah.
So
this here is the Army Corps of Engineers, and it's a federal property, and they have 9 RV campsites, and they have 3 primitive tent sites and 8 boat slips. So it's the St. Lucie South Campgrounds here in Stewart. And so when I heard that we can stay here for free rent, free electric, free water, I'm like, where's the papers? Where can we sign? And we were fortunate enough that they had one opening, and that was going to be just a few weeks down the road, and we got it.
Wow. So
Wow.
basically, we just check the campers in, check them out, make sure they're the fire pits are clean, the grills are taken care of, and just oversee things. Anybody has any questions, something comes up that we can help them with, or give them directions to different things, we do that. And we just try our best to make sure that they have a really nice time while they're here. And in return, then we get to get our water, our sewer, and our electric for free. So there's many other camp host positions throughout the United States, well, actually throughout the world. Some you get an additional paycheck, and some it's just volunteer for the return of the free amenities. So it just depends on where you end up going and staying.
And in this particular one, they also have a visitor center, which a lot of people are not aware of. In fact, folks that live just down the street about 20, 30 years have never heard or seen this visitor center, which is great for kids. It shows you a little history about the locks, but then it has the invasive species that they can touch and look and read and all. And plus they give out free things for the children, like Frisbees, coloring books,
fun stuff,
little stickers. And they have a deck in the back that you can bring and have your own lunch and eat right by the water and watch the tarpon go by.
It's really nice. Really nice.
Beautiful. That sounds awesome. Okay, we got some questions. It says, nice. Are those Army Corps of Engineer campgrounds? Can anyone stay there?
Yes, you do not have to be part of military. And because this is the Corps of Engineers, civilians, I can't even talk tonight, but because it's them that run it, they basically are more than happy to have anybody, come in. You just, the hardest part, I'm going to say, is just getting a spot. They only allow, most Army Corps campgrounds only allow 14-day max. And then now sometimes you can go to another one for an additional 14 days, but sometimes you might have to leave for so many days and then you can come back to allow everyone to get in, because they open it up every 180 days. And then people will go in and then like reserve their 2 weeks time and, kind of go from there. So my advice is you go on recreation.gov and you're able to reserve and pay for your campsite. And then down below, most of them now have a little bell. If you hit the bell, then you'll be able to get notified if there was someone that canceled their reservation. And then you just be ready for that credit card because they go fast.
And here's the beautiful thing. They have this card called the America the Beautiful Pass.
Yes, that's right.
If you're 62 and over, you can get it for one price at $80 for life. And you get it for 50% off.
Yeah.
So a site that'll cost you $15 a day, it'll cost you $15.
If you're old, can you get it in half
the price if you buy the pass? That's right.
Yes, exactly. So either being disabled or if you're over 62 is where those discounts would apply. I know at our sites, the sites are $30 a night. So you would get it for $15.
And here's the thing. It used to be that our campsites, if you're doing tenting, it used to be primitive, but now they have electric. So it may not show it on their website yet, but now all the sites has electric, which is great.
Yes.
Okay, here's a question. If you're a veteran, can you get free do you get free entrance as well? Or is there a discount for veterans?
No, they do have a pass for that you can get, but the park, basically most Army Corps parks are free for during the day. It's just at nighttime. That it now becomes usually with a gate that closes off the campground so that it stays for them.
I think Army Corps of Engineer parks are the best kept secret out there.
It
I
is,
think a lot of
really.
people, they're fantastic parts. They're wonderful. Now, the only thing I will say, because normally I'm normally in Tennessee Valley area, things like that, and there's all these dams. So you're like at the bottom of a hill, like in a valley. So if you're trying to get cell signal, maybe not always the best place where I am.
And that is true. That probably the biggest drawback would be that. But they allow animals, so you can bring your dogs as long as they stay on a leash. Families are always welcome, and it's just it's nice because they're always well maintained and kept clean, so it's
Yeah.
good.
Well,
I
we
don't know if you
appreciate.
can see this, but that's our backyard.
Oh, wow, guys. Rub it in. That's
Yes,
gorgeous.
right.
That's gorgeous, guys. Fine. So wait, now this is in Stuart, Florida, right?
Correct.
Okay,
It's
fantastic.
right
That's all
off
right.
of 95. 95 and the turnpike, they're literally about
They're
not,
parallel, pretty
they're
much.
parallel, and it's about a half a mile from 95, and so the exit's right there, which is nice.
Nice. Well, I know we've got some people from Florida who are in the chat right now who are looking for places down the road, so they'll put that on their list, which is cool.
So
I
maybe
appreciate.
yes.
I know.
see
Come
the
on over,
visitors
man. They're going to
somewhere.
come over.
Come
I just appreciate camp hosts so much because without you, I mean, you really do set the tone. I say this night because when there's a problem, or there's an issue, or who knows
agree.
what, you guys take care of it all. And for people who are camping, answer the questions, especially if you're new to the area, things like that. So thanks. Thanks for all
And
you
we
do.
get to refer them to good food places too, and fun things
Yeah.
to see
Hello.
and do. So it's
Food.
right up our alley.
Let's talk about food. I'm just saying I'm getting hungry. Here we go. Okay, so I was like, and I've been watching her channel for a while now. They've got a channel called It's All About Food and Places. And I'm like, was it RV, eat, repeat? I'm like one of those people who let's travel, let's eat and
I
repeat.
like that. I might have to steal that.
Sorry, I already copyrighted it. Sorry. You can use the hashtag. It's a lot of fun. But so I live on my stomach. You guys like to eat too. Tell me a little bit about your channel and what your focus is as far as like restaurants and recipes and that sort of thing.
Our channel, I guess I'll kind of answer this since this is one that we do together. But our channel that we do for this is we do mainly mom and pop places. So we don't do any chains. So Applebee's, Chili's, things like that. We don't go in and do anything with them because they have money for marketing. They get the exposure that they need. It's our little mom and pops that sometimes get kind of shoved to the side, and they can be little gems for sure. And we want to do what we can to support our community. So we like to go out there no matter where we're at. We always ask the locals, where's the best little mom and pops to eat? Because those are the yummiest places to be. And we have a phrase, if something's really good, we say it's yummylicious. So,
I like it.
Yeah. So we've tried so many different things. We really like them. And then once we do, we go in, and this is typically how we do. We go in after we've done some research. Based on where we're going to be maybe going for the weekend or whatever, we'll do some research and see if there's anything close by that has something unique and different. Something that if we want to stop by there, then that means others would want to stop by and check it out. So that's kind of how we first govern it. And then, of course, look at all the pictures. That's another thing that qualifies it.
We eat with our eyes.
And then we do the research about it. Like, how do they have a story behind this? Is there a reason that they're doing this? Most everyone that we've interviewed and done a video for, they have a story. And that's the best thing ever, is to listen to their stories. So then we go check them out. We try the food. If we like it, then we ask them, hey, we want to put some of this on video for our YouTube channel. Is it okay? If we don't care for it, then we just don't say anything and we don't put it on our channel.
We won't bash them. We just don't put it.
We just don't say
bother.
anything and don't put it on the channel. So,
but like we did one not too long ago in Orlando called the Dough Show.
Yes. Oh, that was amazing.
That is Egyptian food, Mediterranean, Turkish.
It was Lebanese and
Lebanese.
Turkish. Yes.
And the guy is not even a chef.
It was
the guy
amazing.
is a parachuter. And he
That's
just
right.
wanted to leave a legacy for his children that they can do safely. That he can leave for his kids, and I tell you, the food is phenomenal.
He did not want them to become in the same field that he was in for skydiving and that, because he knew it was dangerous. So he got this restaurant because he found there was a lot of people, because he's Egyptian, that they didn't have a place to go to get their things from their homeland. So he had an actual Egyptian oven that was 4 tons sent to Orlando in order to put it in order to make, some of their food.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to tell you, because you're going to have to go and check
I
out.
gotta go. I gotta go. I'm like, no, you got me on food. I'm telling you, I live by my stomach, and I love mom and pop restaurants.
It was
So-
really good.
Whew, I've got it, and I'm going to be down in Florida, I think, in January, February. So
Cool.
I have a thing about, I'm with you on the mom and pops, 1,000%. I think when you spend your money locally, it stays locally. It helps, individuals. You look at the whole situation. I want people in the chat, if you guys are here, to tell me, what is your favorite mom and pop restaurant that you've been to in the past year? And if you know the town and state, that'd be great too. I'm just curious, because I know I got a chance to go to Sam and Omies, not Omies, in the Outer Banks. And Sam and Omies, it really is the true local breakfast place. And it's just a very unique thing, and you wouldn't think about it. And you walk in there, it's a bit of a, like, I don't want to say a dive, but it's very, very, very local. And I met these ladies called the Porch People. They've been having breakfast every morning on the porch for like 25 years.
Wow.
And it's just a great story. You talk about the stories and things that happen, and the food was delicious. But I love what you said about, we're going to try it. If it's great, fantastic, we'll shout you out to the universe. But if it's not so great, we'll just let it go, because a lot of people, they sort of thrive on the stuff that may not be so good. It might turn around a year or two. Give them some time. We'll see what happens. But I'm with you. Just promote the awesomeness.
Well, it's hard for us to try to sell something if we don't like it.
Yeah.
Not that we're any kind of, master connoisseur or have taken chef classes or anything like that. We're just a normal person, but it's just that, we just wouldn't want to, promote somebody that we weren't 100% behind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love. Johnny's like, I can't remember the name, but it was the only restaurant in Springport, Michigan.
Okay, well, look
Only
that
one. Only one. I love this. And Ruth says they got a hole in the wall. Literally, that's what they call it in Blairsville, Georgia.
We'll write that
Hole in
down.
the wall. Gotta love this.
That sounds good.
And Johnny says we're going on a field trip when we go to Van Fest, apparently going to that Egyptian restaurant. So thank you, Johnny. I'll take you up on that. Well, we're gonna have fun with that. I love these. I was gonna say Waldo, Ohio. Have you been to Waldo, Ohio? It's the home of the best fried bologna sandwich ever.
With ketchup?
Thick bologna, fried, the whole shebang, but it's it's the thing they're known for in this tiny little town. So my father and I he would like to travel these little places. And that's sort of what we did, was we looked for these little diners and restaurants and stuff. And so when I go to a small town, I tend to go to the local gas station. I tend to ask them, because they know what's going on, and they'll make my little list of 3 or 4 places and check it out from there. So
speaking of gas stations, have you been to Buc-ee's yet?
Oh, girl.
Oh my goodness, girl. That is like, a gas station on steroids. I never realized how long we stayed in there.
The average person spends between $70 and $85, they say, every time they go to Buc-ee's. By the time you get gas, a couple of things.
Bottle of wine, some cheese, brisket sandwich, and fudge.
And the wall of jerky.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
You can get a bathing suit, a fishing license.
Yes, it's crazy, but yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, we just got a Buc-ee's in Athens, Alabama over here. So I'm like 20 minutes from the studio, away from a Buc-ee's, and I'm like, well, it's on the way. I mean, darn. I'll just stop. And I did go to the largest Buc-ee's in the United States. I did go to the one in Sevierville outside of Gatlinburg, and it is pretty impressive. And I did get a Buc-ee's onesie.
Oh, look at you.
We need to see you in that.
It's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to happen. I just don't know when, but it's pretty cold over here. So let me tell you what, I know my neighbors are wondering, going, who is that crazy lady in the beaver costume?
I think it's funny. Good for you.
Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. So okay. The Egyptian place was great. If you were, let's say, traveling, I'm going to go. So you guys do a lot of different, where have you primarily just been in Florida? For a while
lot
now?
of our places are in Florida, but we have included some places when we were in Hawaii and in Greece and a few other places, but most of them are in Florida.
Okay, awesome.
Pennsylvania, yeah.
Pennsylvania. Oh, Pennsylvania. I like Pennsylvania. That's always a good one. I am looking for. Oh my gosh, we just got a super chat. You guys are so sweet. Ruth, okay. First off, because Rosie Bell is the cutest and she works so hard as my co-host. Yes, she does. Can you see back here? She's been doing her thing. You know, she's like, oh, by the way, there we go. Ta-da! She's a fantastic thing. All right, here we go, Ruth. This is just for you. Let's have some fun.
Oh,
Thank you. My brown-eyed girl. It's my brown-eyed girl. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. We're going to put that in our Smile Fund. We've been collecting money in our Smile Fund. We've been working on 2 projects. We're working on one for a accessibility project in Northwest Ohio, putting in ramps for shut-ins, which is great. And we've also been taking and surprising people with grocery money at Walmart, which is really nice. Helping out single moms and people in need, which is fun. So gotta pay it forward. Needed. Yeah, gotta pay it forward. I love that. Okay, guys. Whew. All right. So we've got the how-tos. We've got the work camping. We've got the food. What's next? What's coming up next with you guys?
Well, let me just share the one recipe that I think everybody needs to check out. And that's in the food and places.
Of course, because you made it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Grilled pineapple marinated in peach schnapps.
Oh, yum.
So
I have to say, that's pretty yummy.
With brown sugar on it, OMG. All I have to say is you got to try it. So there you go.
Because our Food and Places channel does include recipes. Yeah. So that one's in there.
So now that I interrupted your train of thought.
No, this is good. Now I'm thinking pineapple and schnapps. I'm like, let me think about this for a second.
You got to try it.
It's good.
No. Okay. So you guys have a big thing coming up. And I know I'm excited because we're all getting ready. Yes. We're all getting ready for the Tampa show.
Yes. The big RV Super Show.
Yeah, the Florida RV Super Show. We were included to be part of the YouTuber media show type of deal. I can't even say it. But one of the things that my channel is going to be there for is that we're going to go ahead and look at 5 different models of RVs to see how great it would be for full-timers. So that could be A class, C class, Super C, the van, the B class, and also the fifth wheels. So that's what I'm going to do. Kim, with her channel, it's all about food and places.
So, I'm going to be hitting all the food stuff. Well, most of the food stuff. And I'm going to check out all the vendors. Yeah. Because those that do travel in any size RV is always looking for something that's multifunctional, that doesn't take up a lot of space, and it doesn't weigh a ton. So that's where I'm going. Yeah. Shopping.
Darn.
That's right.
Kim and I are going to go hang out because I have the tiny little space. I've got the 21 footer. You guys start with a 24. I'm like 21. So if it only has one use, I hardly ever buy it. It's got to have at least 2 or 3. It's got to have something to it that makes it worthwhile.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yep.
Yeah. I think it's great. I think right now I have the cutting board right now where the knife goes in the cutting board and sharpens when it pulls out. So I've got a sharpener and a cutting board at the same time. I love this whole thing. But you start looking at those things, and I when I was at the Hershey show, I really was thinking about how, product-wise, what could be improved in the kitchen area. Mm-hmm. And there are certain things, like you will say, the Blackstone. People love the Blackstone. There's that whole, group. People love their Ninja Foodie. People love that whole air fryer or whatever it's going to be there. What do you think, as far as kitchen gadgets, is the most popular RV kitchen accessory?
Good question.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I'm looking. Well, I know I love my full-size refrigerator because it beats having to go every other day to the grocery store. But the one thing that I've always felt in an RV that was a total waste of space, unless you get the more modern, expensive RVs they have out now, is the oven. Because it's just, I have no other words for it, but that it's a waste of space. Because even when you use it, everything burns on the bottom, or if you raise it too high, it burns on the top. So right now, that holds all of my baking dishes, and it holds my cutting boards and other things. It's storage is what it is. Yeah. Because I have one of those like bevel toaster ovens that I can still bake in and roast, and I'm fine with that now.
And for me, I'm a Blackstone guy, but in addition, I gotta have my pizza oven. To me, I think that's a must. It's a portable unit. You can take it anywhere, and it creates pizza within 60 to 90 seconds. I love it. It's
What
an
is
uni.
this?
It's an
You got,
uni.
you got one of those. Yes, I've seen those. Those are
You
really
can take
cool.
it to the beach even. I mean, it's
Yeah.
tiny, but it does a nice size pizza. What, a 12-inch
12
maybe?
inch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Those things are. I have a toaster oven that has a rounded back, so I could put a frozen pizza in it.
Oh, nice.
Those are actually pretty cool. They're pretty handy. It's not as cool as the uni, the pizza oven, but when you think about what you can use it for. Johnny's talking about Blackstones being big. Yeah, they are big. They are really, really big. I actually won one on a raffle.
Ooh.
I think it was a 17-inch, or it was a tiny one. It was
That's
great.
what we have, I think.
Yeah, and it's perfect, but it was just hard. I'm like, where do I put this? Like, I have no place in the van to put this. And the more that I think about getting like a storage box to put on my back door, the more I'm like, that's a real expensive storage box for something that only cost, $100, or something like that. So, you just start thinking. I'm with you. I'm going to check on the kitchen gadgets. That's going to be a big one. I think the full-time RVs, Clem, I would love for you to talk to them about. Most people will tell you that RVs are not meant to be full-time.
Yeah,
this is
true.
They'll tell you they're not built for this. So when you go and you talk to people, I always look at insulation as one, product guarantee is second, and then I like to ask the people who are the dealer reps, the reps that are there, not the salespeople, but the reps that are there, and say, if you had a family, which RV would you put them in?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because they've been around, they see it all, they've designed it, they know what they're looking at. So, and not everyone has a family, but if you think about it from that perspective, if your mother wanted an RV, if you and your wife and your small child were going to live there for 3 or 4 months, what were you looking for, and how could you tweak it to meet your needs?
Yeah, because the one thing is, I took about almost 4 to 5 years doing research. I bought a book that told me all the different manufacturers were out there, and I was looking at the frame and the build and all, because inside is all cosmetic. You can change all that. So, but the thing here is that we fell in love with the toy hauler, but by the time we went to pull the trigger, it went up almost 60 grand.
After COVID, it's like everything just went to the moon and back.
Because one of the things that I did ask questions to people at the show was, why are you upgrading? There was so many people upgrading the RVs.
True.
A lot of the answers was, well, I didn't do my research. Oh, I just bought it and now I know what I want, because after living there, I know my wants and don't wants. And so I said to my wife, I says, I don't want to be that person that constantly upgrading. I want it to be mine and that's it. And so because the toy hall was so much, we went to our second best, and that was the 377 because of the second bedroom. We love that second bedroom. It makes a big difference.
You need the space. I'm a Goldilocks story. I am not going to lie. I impulsed my first RV purchase. It was a situation where I needed something. It was going to meet my need, but at the time, and it only lasted for a year. And then I'm like, I know what I need.
Yep.
And then I went to another one. And I'm thinking, this is perfect. But every RV, and I've only had motorhomes. So I always have to preface it with saying I've never had a trailer. I've always had motorhomes. My second one was perfect for the time of life that I had, because I still had a kiddo at home and I still needed the extra space. And I had a 30-foot Class C. So I needed the extra bump above and things like that. And it worked out really well at the time. And now, kiddo's no longer in the situation or wanting to travel. So when it's just me and little Missy back there, she's the bed hog. I'm just telling you right now, it's not me, it's her. You think about what do you need? And it really was some friends of mine that had a van, and I looked at it and thought, I could do that. And I was complaining about the way my motorized was driving. And when you really do make that checklist of things you're looking for, I'm like Clem. Then I went to research mode. I went bonkers and looked at everything and read everything, looked at specs and looked at, the decibel level of when you're driving inside. And I mean, I went crazy. But I think looking back on it, I always tell people, rent one.
Yes.
Rent first. It'll save you so much time, so much money. Even though it might be a little on the expensive side initially, it will save you money in the long run.
True.
Well, you look at what happened. A lot of people bought RVs during the whole COVID, and then they come to find out that this is a lot of work.
Yeah.
And so now they're back on the market again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's fun, but yeah, there's a lot of work to it.
We do get a lot of vans in the campground. It's nice because there's a lot of single women that really enjoy the vans because
Yes.
it's not as big as a C-Class or something bigger. That this makes it much more handleable for them. They can drive and kind of keep track of everything by themselves. So I think it's a really nice feature that they've come out with.
And that's what we're seeing
Yeah.
a lot of single women camping on their own,
Mhm.
and it's perfect for them.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Just saying, we can do it. We can.
That's
right.
right.
Oh, and by the way, I love your sticker, Charlie, with
Aw.
your companion there. It's
Yes,
beautiful.
that is the cutie.
Thank you. Thank you. It's fun. It's a good time. Well, I'm excited. I'm hopefully we're going to get together in Tampa. I'm going to see everybody there. I'll probably be the redhead in pink shirts. You know, I'm the one that I'm bouncing around from place to place.
We'll
Of
be
course,
there on Monday.
there'll be the RV Content Creator Meetup too on Monday. So that's going to be a big deal. Hope to see you guys there. And
Cool.
then Tuesday is Media Day. I'm going to be bouncing back and forth on some things because I'm also going to be working with not just women campers, but people camping with pets. And then we're going to be helping those who are looking to go into Class B van life. So I've got 3 things going on. It's going to be a little crazy there.
Nice.
Really neat. Oh, here we go. Leo says, regrettably, RVs cranked out faster in COVID years have atrocious reliability records.
That is so true, Phil. We have seen that over and over again. Yes.
That's why I didn't want to buy
Yes.
anything above 2021. I wanted 2020 and over.
Yep. Yeah, mine's a 2020 for that reason.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, guys, I appreciate your being here. This has been fantastic. I've learned so much.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. This is great.
We enjoyed
If you guys have any questions and if you guys want to check them out, let's go ask. Well, I got to say this right. How To's with Clem.
The
There
best
we
how
go.
to's by Clem. There you go.
There we go. I always want to say go ask Clem, which I feel like I
Right.
should go ask Clem. That's what I want to do.
And you can.
and all about food and places. So check out those 2 channels. They're fantastic channels. We've got their links in the description attached to our YouTube. Check them out there. And then just say you saw on Charlie Grace and ask them some questions because they're going to tell you. I'm sure she's got great ideas on food too. So, we'll have to hook up and I'll bring the baklava.
And I'm always open for suggestions. So just leave your comments. I love them all.
And my mango salsa recipe is out for everybody to grab.
Oh, geez. Now I got to bring it to a potluck. Thanks, Clem. Thanks. All right, guys, I'm going to put you in the basement for a second. Go down. There's milk and cookies. I'll be right there. Hold on a second.
Okay, sounds good.
They are so awesome. I'm telling you. So you guys, you get the one show with the price of 2 amazing channels, and I think you should go check them out. If you have any questions on RV travel, Clem is very much into researching things and doing all those great how-to videos. So awesome thing. Thank you so much for watching. This is going to be our last RV travel talk for 2023. Oh my gosh, where did this year go? I can't believe this. We will be doing maybe a little pop-up before the end of the year, but this will be our last one. So thank you for all you who have been here and listened and participated and come in the chats and just been really gracious guests. So thank you so much, guys. Everyone have a fantastic year, and we will see you next year.